When Bernie Sanders ran for president in 2016, he talked about a lot of important issues. And one of the important issues he talked about was student loan debt.
How many people here are carrying student debt right now? I have talked to people all over this country. People $50,000, $100,000 in debt. For what crime did they commit? That they went out and got a decent education. That is crazy stuff. So we are going to give people with student debt the right to refinance their loans at the lowest interest rates they can buy. And people say, my critics say, well, Bernie, you're Santa Claus, you're giving away free tuition, you're going to lower student debt, how are you going to pay for it? I will tell you exactly how we're going to pay for it. 2009, Congress, against my vote, bailed out the crooks on Wall Street. Today, Wall Street is doing just fine, and I think it is appropriate to impose a tax on Wall Street speculation. And that tax will more than pay for free tuition at public colleges and universities and lowering student debt. Now, Wall Street doesn't like that idea, and I say, so what?
Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. Hey, it's hard not to get fired up listening to Bernie speak. But anyways, let's break this down. Bernie starts off by asking the crowd how many of them have student loan debt. Student loan debt is a major issue in the United States. According to Forbes, there are 44 million people who owe a combined $1.5 trillion. And on an individual level, the class of 2016 owes on average $37,172. That's a lot of money. And it's a problem for a lot of people because a lot of people have a really hard time paying their loans off. And some never do. It really puts people behind the eight ball in life. And then you compound the issue when you start talking about interest rates. And it's just not good. Why should people who were born into families with not enough money to pay for their education outright be put in such an adverse position just because they wanted to get an education? And why should people have to pay for education in the first place? If you notice, Bernie not only talked about addressing student loan debt, but also referenced the fact that we need to make public colleges and universities tuition free. We provide our people with free public education from elementary school to high school, and no one thinks that's crazy or something we shouldn't be doing. Why not extend that education into college? I mean, a lot of countries already do provide tuition-free public colleges. It's not some radical idea. In fact, it's a great idea because it gives people the option to get their education, their college education, without taking on financial burden in the process. People should have that option. Bernie also talks about how people act like he's Santa Claus because he wants to lower student loan debt and make public colleges and universities tuition free. How are we going to pay for it? That's the question critics always seemingly ask when people propose policies to help people. But you never hear those same people ask that question when politicians keep increasing our extremely bloated military budget. They only ask how we are going to pay for things when the policy would help people. Bombing people, going to war, making people's lives worse, we've got the money for that, no question. But when it comes to helping people and making people's lives better, we don't have the money. I say bump all of that. We do have the money. Bernie is right. It's time we establish a new moral economy. We have the money to address these issues. For example, Bernie talks about paying for these things by taxing Wall Street, and that's certainly one way of doing it. But also, as just aforementioned, we could get the money from our extremely bloated military budget. Finally, as for the best solution to addressing student loan debt, Bernie talks about letting students refinance their loans at the lowest interest rates that they can find, which should help, but I think we should just cancel student loan debt altogether. People shouldn't have had to take those loans out in the first place. They should have had a free public option for their education. Still, it's up for debate how to best address student loan debt. But what I do not think is up for debate is that student loan debt is a serious issue that we need to address. Hey guys, if you want to help out this show, you can follow our various social media links. Also, we have a Facebook group that you can join as well. And if you want to follow me on social media, you could do that as well. Alright guys.